Good morning, y'all. Today is Sunday, December the 6th. I'm Marlene Bush, and this is Stitching by the Lake. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I have a lot of cross stitch to show you today. Finished things and things that have been FFO'd and some old things, and I've got quite a few life updates to talk to you about, which I'm going to do at the end of the video. I'm going to first just show you all the cross stitch stuff. So for those of you who only want to see cross stitch, then it'll all be here at the beginning. I do want to first say one thing. I had a giveaway. I usually do on most of my videos, and I've mailed out all but one of those. One of them I did not get a notification, and it's been 4 weeks since my last video. It was for Blackbird Designs Ooh La La booklet. I did not bring that in here with me. It's with my stuff in my bedroom that I have all my mail away things in there, but I'm sure you're familiar with it. So if I'm gonna redo that one. If you would be interested in receiving the Ooh La La book from Blackbird Designs, if you would leave a comment below and mention the word alphabet, and then I will draw next time. And I'll try to get back before Christmas, but no promises. All right, second thing I want to do, as you know, on my videos, on one like video before last maybe, I told y'all about the most awesome birthday gift. Abby Bella Stitch organized a group of Flosstube friends who made Christmas ornaments for me. I ended up with 70. We almost got to the 74th for my 74th birthday, but we got to 70, and I don't know where I could have put 4 more. I'm just saying. We have not a big tree. It's about 5 feet tall maybe, and I have it in a corner this year, so I couldn't put anything on the back, and that meant the I don't know, the front part of the tree. But I don't know how to insert things, so I brought you a picture, and I'm going to see if I can get this up kind of close. The light is terrible today. I don't know what the matter. It's not overcast, but it is cloudy, partly cloudy. Anyway, you can see that I absolutely filled up my tree with my ornaments, and they're just beautiful. Just beautiful. We love it. I am not a fancy schmancy tree kind of person. My tree normally is full of all the ornaments my children made and we collected over the years, and very eclectic, very mixed, and I love it that way. But this year, Jerry and I decided that we needed to cut back a little bit on Christmas decorations. I've given away a lot, and I only put out this year the things that I just really, really love. There's a lot of those as well. And we decided for this year, this tree would just be my birthday ornaments. I had thought, I have a smaller tree, and I had thought they would go on there. There is no way. No way at all. We love this. It was fun going through them all again, putting them on the tree. Just touched my heart. So thank you again, Abby, and all of those who participated in that. I want to show you a couple of older things. When I first learned to cross stitch, which was back in the 70s, and I know it was before 1976, it may have been 75. I want to say it was probably 75 that I learned to cross stitch, and I'd done lots of other stitching. I'd done crewel embroidery and, you know, things like that, but I hadn't done counted cross stitch. This is one of the first things that I stitched, and this would have been in 1975. I don't know what that fabric is. Big. Bigger than 14. I don't know, 10. I don't know. Anyway, this little tree I put into this little dollar frame that's just 4 sticks put together, and put brown paper on the back and scotch tape the paper over it, and I sit it on an easel every year. You might can see, I know you can, it came apart this year, so I tried to glue it back together, and I got a little glue, little extra glue on there. So I don't know, I'll have to see how I can get that glue off. But just a very special memory, just a very special memory. And another thing that's old that I want to show you, this is a broom. I'm going to back up a little. This is a broom that sits on my fireplace all the time. And this little broom skirt is made like an apron. It ties in the back. It was made for me by a dear friend, and she is the one who taught me to cross stitch. Her name was Judy. She died many years ago. And so this is a very special gift that I treasure. She stitched this in 1983. She put her initials down here. It's on, I want to say, probably an 18 count Aida. I have no clue what the pattern is, but it comes out every year as well. I'm going to have to take off my microphone to show you the next vintage stitch. It's a quilt. Let me just show it to you, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, that was a Crabapple Hill pattern. Walking in a Winter Wonderland, I think. And I embroidered that with a pearl cotton. I don't remember the color of that red. And then made the blocks that surround it. It's a pattern, a whole quilt pattern plus the embroidery pattern. And I did it many years ago. 15 maybe. One of my favorite quilts. And it hangs over a quilt rack in my living room throughout the winter. Another of my favorite things is this wool applique pillow. And I made it about 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. Something like that. This is all wool. The background is wool. The houses are each wool. And then it's got beads for icicles. It's got some buttons. Sorry, y'all, my hands don't hold things very well because of my arthritis. A little snowman button here. Beads on this tree. And more beads on all the roof lines. Santa and his reindeer. I don't remember. That star is appliqued on. And I don't remember what the gold thread is that I used. Some, whatever that fuzzy thread is that you brush. I don't know. Anyway, another vintage favorite. Okay, been a month since I was here, and since then I have completed 7, 8, 9 things. 9. All right, this one, and I have done this one 3 times because I'm making these for gifts. I did them in green and in red. This is from Rustic Country Primitives, I think is the name of it. The green is a DMC 934. The red is a Victorian Motto sampler. And I did this on a 28 count Legacy. And I'm going to make these into pillows. In fact, I'll show you my backing fabric. I've already cut that. This is the backing fabric for the red. Isn't that pretty? And then the green is this little backing fabric with the little trees on it. All right, that's 3 of them. This is one of my very favorites. Let's see, I may have to put something behind that. No, I think it's going to show against my black shirt. This is called The Friendly Beasts. This was in the latest issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's by Top Knot Stitcher, Abby, and it is on 28 count time. It's a really thin fabric, but it was easy to stitch on, and I'll put some fusible interfacing on the back of that. My plan is to, since I don't have it yet, and I'm going to probably not have it here the next time I see you all, I bought this stable. I got this idea from Becca at Sambry Stitches, and I'm going to finish it and put it inside the stable. I hope to cut mat board the shape of the inside of this house and put it in there like that. And now I'm getting that little hay stuff all over me. You should see my shirt. Anyway, that one was fun. I also finished Martha Brown's Marking Sampler by Pineberry Lane. This one I started back in August and just finished it. When did I finish it? Just this last week. Those are the called for colors, and it's on a 28 count flax. Really sweet. I love this size sampler. I don't have a whole lot of wall space, and I feel like that size I can frame and find a place for. And then some of you know that I've been for a year and a half or so, every once in a while, stitching one of the Noah's Ark ornaments from Plum Street. This is one that I just did. This is the pandas. Aren't they cute? I'll show you the others that I have finished. I have not started FFOing these because I want to do the whole series and then FFO them all alike. They're going to be for my great-grandchildren. These are the crocodiles, the giraffes, the patterns look like this. And I don't know, there may be 7 of them now, and they each have 2 on them. The squirrels, the whales, these are parrots, the reindeer. And I am stitching these on 36 count Patriots Brown. I don't know. Patriot something. I can't read it. The writing's so small on there. Okay. Let's see, what do I have left to show you? I've shown you the panda and the Christmas and the friendly beast and Martha Brown. So, what's next? Some of them I have already FFO'd, and this is one of the ones that I FFO'd. Again, thanks to Sambry Stitches for the idea. This is going to be a gift. It's going away. This is a pattern that came from Jabco, just another button company. It was one when you buy the buttons, you get the pattern for free, and it's called Oh Holy Night. I stitched it on a 28 count Jobelin. The color is Queen Anne's lace, and you can't really tell that because of the shadow that's on that. What I did was just did it on a flat piece of mat board, wrapped twine around it, and put a twine hanger on the back, but I just have it propped up here in this little stable. This is what that pattern looked like. Then I did the Merry Christmas hanging sampler from Pineberry Lane. This was a little bit more difficult to finish. Now, I love the way it turned out. I found this board with this ribbon painted on around it at Hobby Lobby. And it was the perfect size for this. So I finished it on a piece of mat board, laced it on the back, and glued the mat board to the board. And then I couldn't decide what to do for the edges, and nothing I had looked right. Red didn't look right, black didn't look right, brown didn't look right. So I settled on cording, a twine cording, and I put 3 layers because it needed a little depth to it. 1 didn't work, 2 didn't work. I just kept adding. So I have 3 on it, and I tied off the ends up here at the top, made a knot right there, and that's all put on with a hot glue gun. I love the way it turned out. I'm very happy with it. Right now, I can't find the other one that I finished. Okay, this one is one that I finished before. This is a Brenda Gervais pattern. And I put him on mat board, laced it, and just pushed it back in there. It's very tight. Added the white cording. I added some little snowflake buttons. You know, those come with, they're on a shaft. And I break that shaft off and put just a dot of glue on the back. And I think it just turned out really cute. I'm anxious to get these things out in my decorations. Now, I also have some Halloween things that I FFO'd that you all have seen before. This one is Eat, Drink, and Be Merry, and it's a waxing moon pattern. I bought this one, and when I went to the Midwest retreat in Minneapolis a couple of years ago. Nope, that's not right. I bought this at Stitchville at that retreat. That's where I got it. My memory. I found this on an easel at Hobby Lobby. Got it for half price. Came with this big rope hanger, but it also has an easel. And I just did a twisted cording. It also is on mat board and laced on the back, glued to this. Another fun one. Oh, here's the one that I just stitched. This is the 9th one. This is called Winter Cardinal Etching. It was in the Just Cross Stitch Christmas magazine, winter magazine that we just got. It's by Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand. And I used a marbled, that's the color, marbled Lugana fabric. The color of that fabric is almost a mint. It's somewhere between a mint and a teal, and it was beautiful and really nice to stitch on. This only took a couple of nights to do, y'all. And this little frame also came from Hobby Lobby. I'm sure it had something written on the inside. And I just put everything on a mat board and push it in till it's good and tight. And this one I didn't even put a cording on. I thought it was good like it was, just plain. I liked it that way. Some other FFOs that I worked on in the last month was this fall punch needle, and you would have to go back to my last video to find out who the designer is, because I'm pulling a blank on this one. I don't remember. But this is an old oil can, and I just left an opening down here and stuck it up in there, put a little tiny bit of glue on the tip of that and stuck it up in there so that it kind of glued itself to the stuffing in there, and it just stays on there. Isn't that cute? I love that finish. This little lamb I embroidered years ago. Found him in some stuff I was cleaning out, so I finished him into a little pillow ornament. This is the same backing fabric that I'm going to use on those 2 Christmas ones. Made some cording. Made a sweet little a little ornament. This was a Save the Stitches. I found it in a frame for $1. And it was pitiful. I took it out of the frame and made a little pillow, put some gingham on the back and some black cording. And he'll be in one of my dough bowls or toolboxes later. I have been working off and on Courage, Faith, Hope. I don't know. This is the 5th one of these I've done. And Dina, Half Stitch Cross Stitch, has done all of these and is working on them the 2nd time around. She put them on an Afghan the first time. Is this a little house? Anyway, this is my latest one. I'm backing all of mine with wool. This is a beautiful purple wool. And this will be the 5th one to add to the bowl that's in. Another Halloween one was my cat. Again, I showed this on my last video, but this is my finish. Put him on mat board, glued him to the back, put some cording on and a bow, and added a little button on the bow. And then this is on an easel. My husband's going to be a mite upset because he thought he had all of the fall and Halloween stuff put into storage. This is the Brenda Gervais pattern that I showed y'all last time I had finished. I've made it into a little needle book. Added a little bee up here. This is a piece of silk ribbon, and I just kind of raveled it on the ends. It has this little, as thy needle goes, so goes my heart. And this is the fabric I used. Put a little piece of wool here with a needle. I love needle books. Another fall one. Oh, maybe I'll just sneak these out to the storage building without telling Jerry. I don't remember the designer on this one either, but a little pumpkin and a cat. And added a button on the rickrack up there. Little fall flower. And then my last one, some of you will remember, it's been 2 or 3 videos ago that I showed this summer. This is a Hello Summer. I didn't put the words Hello Summer on here. Just couldn't decide what I wanted to do, and that left a blank space. So what I did was put some wool pennies right here and added a button to kind of add a little interest in that space. So that, oh, one more thing. Let me see if I can get it from here. Okay. Again, Becca at Sambry Stitches. Shout out for her. She is such a sweet thing. She shared a pattern with me that she had stitched and was finished with. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Fresh Cut Christmas Trees. Isn't that sweet? And I am working on that. That is my current whip. I don't know. This is my lap stand. It's Artisan Designs. I've shown it to you all before. Really, really like it a lot. I love lap stands. I switch out what I do. I have a little fanny stand that I use sometimes. Depends on what I'm stitching. And, oops, this is where I am on Fresh Cut Christmas Trees. This fabric is a 28 count time, I think. Yes. Nope, it's marbled time. Isn't that pretty? It's got a real nice green tint to it. Okay, that is all the stitching, y'all. That's quite a bit, wasn't it? I'm almost 30 minutes with just the stitching, and I hadn't told you hardly anything else. And I have lots of things to tell you. I have a list. What have I been doing? I got an email from a sweet friend yesterday that said, "Where are you? Why have you not videoed?" I've been busy. I've been really busy. Staying in with COVID concerns means you have to sometimes, well, I never have to manufacture things to do. I'm never bored. I always have things to do. But I know sometimes you have to be kind of inventive. I have done a lot more canning this year than I've ever done, and I'm having fun doing it. One of my daughters has decided she wants to do some, and so she's been over helping me a couple of times. Sorry, I'm watching my husband out walk across the front yard. I don't know what he's doing outside. It's pretty chilly out there this morning. In fact, I bought her a steam canner for Christmas, and she already has it. She knew what I was getting her. That's what she wanted, and she's canning cranberry sauce this morning. She called me earlier. I have, since I've seen y'all last, I have canned cranberry sauce, cranberry mustard. That was because my daughter wanted to do that. She's giving some little 4-ounce jars of some different things for Christmas gifts. I did not like the cranberry mustard, just saying. I gave it all to her. We did not split that. We did make praline syrup that was to die for, and it's like, it tastes like the filling of a pecan pie. And you can actually make a pecan pie with it. You add eggs and a couple of other things, I think, to make your pecan pie. But it's just a syrup. It's made with Karo and has pecans and delicious over ice cream. Of course, wonderful on pancakes and waffles, but very, very good. Would be good on pound cake. My grandson works at Walmart, and he texted one day and said they had pineapples for $1 a piece. So I told him to bring me 10. I had no idea how many jars 10 pineapples would make. I just thought $10, no big deal. So I canned pineapple, 9 pints and 13 1.5 pints. That's a lot of pineapple, y'all. I did it in a light syrup. One of them had a lid that malfunctioned, so when I took it out of the canner, the jar fell on the floor. All the pineapple, it didn't break. The pineapple and the syrup all spilled out. Now you know what a cleanup that was. Oh my goodness. And of course apples are in season, so I've canned applesauce with sugar and applesauce without sugar. And I use brown sugar when I'm canning applesauce. And I've canned apple pie filling. And I sent a jar home with my son and his family at Thanksgiving. He texted me a few days later and said, "Your apples are a hit." And I texted back and said, "Did you make a pie? Or did you eat it by the spoonful?" And he answered me and said, "Well, by the spoonful." And then answered again and said, "Well, really, by the bowlful." No pie for them, but they did like the apples. I've been over to see Terry several times, my brother. Y'all know that I've talked about him many times. And we went to see Fred, our older brother. Terry and I went to the feed store and we bought pecans in the shell. So Jerry cracked those for me, and I've shelled pecans and gotten those in the freezer. We just had a small family gathering. Not all of my children came. And we did a buffet style meal. We didn't all sit at a table together, which is normal for us. We have a big family. I have 3 kids. 2 of them are married. I have 8 grandchildren. 2 of them, 3, let's count 4 of them as being married. Married are with girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. And then the 4 great-grandchildren. I don't know how many people that is, but it's a lot. And Christmas, we are not going to have a big family gathering for Christmas either. I will try to see the individual families over the season. I see my daughters quite frequently. They both live in town. And we will either go to my son's for the day, or they'll come here for the day. And the grandchildren and great-grandchildren the same. We'll, just have shorter times with them. One of my daughters had surgery the day after Thanksgiving. She had gallbladder surgery. And that's one of the worst things to me about COVID is that you can't be with the people you love when they're sick. I did not like that at all. Not at all. Have y'all watched, I know you watch Brenda and the Cereal Starter, Laura, but Brenda just put out a video that's a house tour. I am just in love with her house. She has inspired me. She keeps out all of her cross stitch. She doesn't pack it away seasonally like I do. I have lots of fall and Halloween stitching, and I pack it away and get out my Christmas stitching, and I pack it away and I get out my spring stitching. And she keeps it all out on shelves and that sort of thing. And I'm going to try to do more of that this year. I'm going to figure out a way. I may have to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have to do, and my husband won't like it, I bet you, because we'll be moving furniture and that sort of thing. But I really want to do that. I hate packing all of that stuff away, don't y'all? I just hate it. I want it out where I can see it, just like these Halloween things. I love them. So now I have to go put them in a tubby, and I don't want to. So, what am I all into? Y'all, for Black Friday, YouTube had a 3 months free of premium YouTube, meaning that you watch with no ads. Okay, that's the bomb. I'm just saying. I will pay. I will pay when my 3 months is up. I stitch at night mostly, but sometimes in the afternoon. And I watch YouTube and I watch Netflix and sometimes Amazon Prime. I've started listening to books on YouTube. And some of the videos that I watch on YouTube, I don't mind the ads at the first of the videos, but those that pop up in the middle, okay, they just make me mad. I've thought seriously about making a list of all the companies that are advertising in the middle and making sure I don't buy from them. That's how mad it makes me. Some of the canning ones that I watch have videos at the first and then at least 2 times in the middle. One of the home decorating ones that I watch does that as well. And I know that I have a little bit of control over the ads and when they are in my videos, but not complete control. YouTube is putting them in pretty much wherever they want to. So I'm all into premium YouTube for sure. Now, what am I not into? I confess, and I've confessed this to y'all before, I am addicted to Starbucks chai tea lattes. Iced, please, not hot. I do it periodically. I will drink them every time I can for 3 or 4 months. And then I'll get mad because I've gained 3 or 4 pounds. And I'll stop drinking them for 3 or 4 months. And then I start again. Well, I'm back drinking them right now. Yes, I can make them at home, and I do. I buy the Tazo chai tea concentrate. It's the only brand I like. And I make them at home, but the Starbucks ones, you know, Starbucks is the real deal to me. The ones I make at home are like fake. They're okay in a pinch. The last 3 times that I have pulled up my mobile app for Starbucks and thought I'm going to get me a chai tea, they have been out of chai tea. Nicole at Buckeye Stitcher told me there's a nationwide shortage. Okay, that's got to stop. That's just wrong. Why would you be short on chai tea? I don't understand, and I don't like it. Okay, that's what I'm not all into. What else is going on at my house? Oh, I know. The plumbers are coming back on Thursday. We have 2 fireplaces. This house was built in 1975. So the original part of the house has a fireplace in the living room, and it is natural gas, which we love, but we don't turn on very much. That's where Jerry watches TV all the time, and he is extremely hot-natured. So a fire in that room, that does not work for him. In 1990, this house flooded up to the top of the door facing. You can't look. Well, you can't tell from here. 52 inches, I believe is what they told me was in here. We did not own the house at that time. And when they redid it, and it had to be gutted and completely redone, there was a deck on the back of the house. The house was a U shape, and there was a deck between in the U. There was a bedroom on either side with French doors that opened out onto that deck. So they enclosed the deck and made what I call the sunroom. It's not really a sunroom, but it does have 2 patio doors, the full glass doors, and then narrow, tall windows on either side of those doors. So, you know, pretty well lit. But they put in a huge rock fireplace in between those 2 patio doors. I would never have done that because it cuts off a good bit of your view of the lake. However, we've been here 17 years and we have used that wood-burning fireplace to heat our house, the biggest part of our house, in the wintertime. And loved it, really loved it. We had an insert put in that had an electric fan, and it blew the heat out into the house. And so it, you know, except for this room, the sewing room, and the kitchen and the bathrooms, it pretty much heated our whole house. My husband will be 76 in a couple of months, and hauling wood up the 5 steps. There's another deck now on the back of the house. Up the 5 steps onto the deck and stacking it and then hauling it into the house. That's a lot, y'all, for someone his age. I am 74. I'm the one that cleans up after he brings all that wood in the house. And the allergy issue, you know, when you burn wood, you have the breathing issues sometimes. We have decided to convert that wood-burning fireplace to gas. It was a little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be, and a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. My brother-in-law came, and it took 4 of them, I think, 3 or 4 men, to pull that insert, wood-burning insert, out of the fireplace. That we had bought that and had it installed when we moved down in this house in 2003. But they got it out, and then we bought gas logs to put in there, and then called the plumber to have the gas line run. And running the gas line is what's going to be the most expensive. We have gas at the house in multiple areas, but because of the add-on, the fact that that room was added on and it's a rock fireplace, it makes it a little bit more involved. But they're coming Thursday. They're going to hook up my gas logs, and I'm going to have fire in that room where I sit and stitch every night. So I am excited about that. That's another thing I'm all into. Pretty much can't wait to get that. Jerry might not like it because it's going to be a little warmer than what he likes for the house to be, but it'll be okay. He'll work it out. I think that's all I have. Goodness, I'm already over 40 minutes, and y'all know I try to do 30. That's all I can think of. If I don't get back before Christmas, and Christmas is only, today's the 6th, 19 days away, 2.5 weeks. If I don't get back, y'all have a Merry Christmas. I hope that things are going well for you, and if at any time, I know I've said this before and I'll say it again, my email address will be below. If at any time you would like for me to pray for you or your family or someone you know, just shoot me an email, and I'd love to do that. Or if you just want to visit, if staying in is getting to you and you want to send me a picture of what you're stitching. If you're not making a YouTube video, then you may not have anybody to show your stuff to. So I'd love to see it. Send it to me. Send me a picture on email. Let me visit with you, okay? All right, y'all. Have a great week. Bye-bye.